Good to see you, man. Good morning.
Good to see you. Y'all doing all right?
Home game for you.
Yes.
Nashville guy.
That's right. About 30 minutes from here.
The as Keith Costas reminded me, that very not often traveled road from Santa Barbara to Fayetteville to Nashville. You've had quite a journey in this game.
I think I might be the only one in history that's left Santa Barbara to go to Arkansas and then ended up in Nashville.
But you got the accent, though.
Hey, you know, my wife's from Kentucky. I guess I've been around here too long. It's rubbed off on me.
I know. When I first met you, it's a California cool. Now he's got the southern accent.
I love it.
I love it. It's all smooth.
You mentioned your wife being here, and I want to ask you about an anniversary you guys are celebrating, I guess, today. So you spent some time recently at the neonatal intensive care unit at Vandy. Tell us about that and why it's so special for you.
Yeah, so 6 years ago, actually, right now, our boys are being born at Vanderbilt. They're born 10 weeks premature. And we spent 7 weeks in the NICU following that up. We actually came home from the NICU, and 13 days later got in the truck and drove to spring training.
Man, they were little itty bitty.
Wow.
Man, look how small they were. But they've grown. How are they doing, and how fast was it for them to really get on track health-wise?
They did really well in the NICU. They're doing great now. You'd have no idea they were born so premature. There's a picture of them right there at Halloween this year. Yeah, they're doing great, and honestly, it just took a few years for them to catch up size-wise, get on those growth charts. But other than that, they're doing great.
So you guys went back to Vandy and kind of gave back, I understand.
So that's actually coming up.
Oh, okay.
But every year at Christmas, we always take gift cards and little gift packages up to the patients at the NICU. We spent Christmas in the NICU. And we actually woke up, went in Christmas morning, and there's gift cards from Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, who they had a child that spent time in the NICU. And for us, you know, we didn't that gift card didn't change our life. You know, it helped us buy some diapers, but just knowing that there's someone else out there thinking about you when you're, you know, everyone else is celebrating Christmas at home and you're stuck in the hospital with your kids that you're, you know, hoping health-wise are going to turn out okay. It just means so much. So that's what we do now. That's where we focus all our efforts on giving back is the NICU. And at Christmas time, we do that at Vanderbilt.
Man,
Well, it changes your life in a whole different way.
You
know, and I'm sure you empathize with people that are going through that, and you can identify with what they're going through. And it probably gives you a different lens on how you look at kids in general. Does it change your perspective at all?
Absolutely. You know, it just kind of confirms that life is precious, and
Yeah.
you know, don't take it for granted. So, you know, seeing what goes on in the NICU, miracles are happening daily with different kids and everything. But, you know, there's also people that don't end with the happy results. And unless you've been in the NICU and seen what happens, you don't really know, you know, what's going on at a neonatal intensive care unit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So we just had your boss on here. Let's talk a little baseball. And he, without being a homer, I'll say, because a lot of people agree with him, he calls the Orioles catching tandem the best in baseball. And you get a lot of agreement on that throughout the league. I want to talk about your experiences with Adley, how you guys kind of talk baseball, how you live baseball together, where he may have helped you, where you may have helped him.
Yeah, first things first, when I got to camp last year, the first thing that stood out about Adley was it's easy to see the talent, right? You can just look up a stat sheet and see the talent, but the individual that he is and the quality of person that he is, he's great to work with. It's awesome to see him continue to mature in the game. For him, you know, just learning the league. That's the biggest thing is the more experience he gets, the better he's going to be. The talent's ridiculous, and he'll just continue to learn the league, and calling games will just get better and better.
You know, for a guy like you, when you get to a point in your career where you're the backup now to a next, you know, star player, you have to swallow some pride because you can still play. Obviously, we showed highlights of what you can do and everything else. How difficult was that, and when did you get to that point where you accepted your role and said, all right, here's what I'm going to be, here's what I'm going to do?
Yeah, it's definitely a different role than what I've been used to. But at the end of the day, the way that I've always gone about my business is I'm going to get ready to play whether I'm in the lineup or not. And I'm going to do everything I can to help the team win. And being a veteran, having been around, being able to share my experiences with everyone, you know, especially with such a young team, getting to, you know, really pour into each individual, it was a fun role.
You're also my example I use. How old are you now?
I'm 33.
33. So look, I didn't figure really my swing out till I was 29, 30. And I've seen in the last 2 years your swing has totally changed, where you're getting extension, you're getting through the ball more, you're doing different things, and there's just a different confidence, it looks like. This is my observations. What do you think of what I just said? When you're 29, 30, you start figuring it out.
Yeah, there's everyone's got a different timeline, right? And I remember, and I'll never forget, Al Kaline came to see me coming up with the Tigers. I get to Double-A and I'm struggling, and he sits me down and he says, "Listen, it's going to take 1,500 at bats in the minor leagues for you to figure out what kind of hitter you're going to be." And they said, and then when you get to the big leagues, it's going to take another 1,500 at bats for us to really decide what kind of hitter you're going to be. Wow. So if a Hall of Famer like that is talking like that, then that just tells me that the learning never stops, and you are going to change. You're going to change your approach. You're going to change the what you may be looking for, but you're definitely going to have different mechanical changes that change with your body, and then also what you learn, the experience that you have.
And I think we're seeing the best of you now moving forward as a hitter. We know you can catch, but we're seeing the best of you as a hitter. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I really like where I'm at right now offensively. Some of the adjustments I made this season. The hitting guys are phenomenal in Baltimore, and we'll just continue to grow off that.
3,000 at bats. Let's get back on that road to Fayetteville. We got a game for you. We like games here.
Okay.
And I got my paperwork here. I don't want you to see it.
All right.
Yep, it's a game we call Who Big Suey. Let's go. There's James in his Pig Suey suit, and there's James as a Razorback. Just
27 all the way through, man. I thought that was Mike Trout. That's James McCann.
Taking away back. So this is the game, James. I'm going to give you some clues as to a former Arkansas Razorback baseball player. All these guys played in the big leagues, and you tell me who you think this is. Former Ohio Baseball Player of the Year in high school, 7th overall by the Red Sox in 2015. He's played with the Red Sox and the Yankees, and he finished second to Aaron Judge in Rookie of the Year voting. Any idea?
That one's easy. That was Benny.
Boom.
Benintendi.
Benny Baseball. Andrew Benintendi, you're 1 for 1. Who Pig Suey the next guy? Here we go. He is not playing currently, but won the 2005 Tennessee High School state title. 46th overall by the Pods in 08. He played for 10 years, 6 different organizations. First big league homer was a walk-off against the Giants. Any idea?
That's an easy one, too. I trained with him the offseason. Logan Forsythe.
Yeah. What's he doing now?
Logan
He's back in Fayetteville. Him and his family, they moved back to Fayetteville.
Awesome. Go back home to college. I love it. Who Pig Suey the next guy? This guy's been a fan favorite everywhere he's gone. 17th round pick by the Cubs in '98. Rookie of the Year for the Toronto Blue Jays a few years later. 7 organizations over 12 years, and this might give it away. Tattoo of a Japanese warrior on his back.
I don't know. I'm going to guess, is it Hinsky?
God, you good, man.
That's good.
He knows these Pig
Yeah,
Suey.
man. I got one for him later on, but go ahead. I want to see if my guy even pops up on the board.
Here we go. This guy's not playing anymore, but he was a stud. 4th round pick in 2000 by the Expos. He was once involved in a 6-player trade that featured Bartolo Colon, so that's a tip of Cleveland there. Played for 4 organizations during 13 years. He was an AL Cy Young Award winner after being sent to the minors at some point in his career. Who we got?
I'm going to guess this one, Cliff Lee.
Oh, you're good, dude. We didn't give him any hints here either. No tip, like nobody's feeding it in his ear.
Wow.
Next one, guy's still playing, still pitching. 29th overall by the Rays in 2013. He was born in St. Louis, went to high school in Stillwell. Named after a Hall of Famer and married to former contestant on Survivor David versus Goliath. We could not pick a more obscure note.
I was going to say I definitely don't know that last clue, but I am going to go with Ryan Stanek.
Yeah,
dude. All right, one last guess.
Then I got one because my guy's not on there. I can't believe it.
I'm pretty sure you're going to get this one because he's a teammate. All I have to tell you is this next guy is a teammate. SEC Freshman of the Year at Arkansas. He was number 2 overall.
This is Kerstad.
Heston Kerstad. Dude, that was a perfect score on the Who Pig Suey game.
I got one for both you guys. Let me turn this way. All right?
Is Harold doing this rogue? Did he just make this up?
I'm making this up on my own. I'm hoping I'm right.
How'd I know?
He could be going to South Carolina or something for all I know. I know the colors are red and white. No. Number 1 pick by the San Diego Padres. He had Bo Jackson power and Bo Jackson speed. He made his name with the Mets.
You going back to Dave Roberts?
Going back for no.
I've got 2 names.
Give me one.
McReynolds.
Yes, Kevin
McReynolds was a Razorback?
Oh, yeah.
He was a stud.
Absolutely. I mean, he was maybe one of the greatest players I've ever seen. We played together in the summer in Fairbanks. Power, speed, combo,
we just learned James McCann knows the media guide for Arkansas Razorbacks baseball better than anybody we've ever spoken
way
to.
Do your
Big
homework, man.
Right.
Congrats on all your success. So happy for you and your family and twins. Way to go, dude. Good to see you in person.
Thanks for having me on.